Good afternoon, everybody. Today we will look at the seminar for transfer pricing. Let's have a look. Right. So the first thing we'll look at is question number 1. So these examples are similar to the one we discussed in the lecture. So when it comes to question number 1, so we have here two divisions, M and N. So M is the selling division and N is the receiving division or the buying division. So for M, they transfer 50% or £10,000 to the open market and also internally the same, and the cost here 6,000 and 10,000. So based on a transfer price at market price, yeah, but less than 20%, less 20% for the internal saving and distribution cost. So as you see, the internal price is £10,000, but this £10,000, if we less the 20%, which is the distribution cost, the transfer price would be the £8,000. So for M, 10,000 is the externally, 8 internally, total sales 18 minus own cost 6,000, and that gives the profit for M 12,000. For N, externally 20,000, which is here. So the cost, they have their own cost in 1,000 plus of course the transfer cost here, the same as transfer sales for M. So 2,000 for N. So overall the profit for the business is £14,000. Okay, now how about if it was at cost plus? Cost plus. So the same example, the same information, but how about if it was at full cost plus price? So based on 15%. So now we talk about 15% here, cost plus. So now first of all we need to find the cost of the sales. So what is the cost here? So the cost here is £6,000. So the own cost is £6,000, but this £6,000 is based on what? Based on a 20,000 units, which is 10,000 units internally and 10,000 units externally. So what does that mean? If we divide 50% or by 2, £6,000, so that's a £3,000 goes internally and £3,000 goes externally. So now we talk about internally. So the cost internally for the £10,000 sales is £3,000. Great. So based on the transfer price, said okay, transfer price should be set at the cost, which is £3,000 plus what? Plus 15% profit. So £3,000, if you multiply by 15%, extra 15%, so that gives you £3,450, which is the new transfer price. So now basically you need to do the calculations the same, absolutely the same, but just you need to change the transfer price here. Okay, so from this perspective, as you see, M based on market price less the distribution cost is £12,000 compared to N £2,000, but based on full cost plus, so 7,450 compared to 6,550 to N. As you see, the total is the same, but what you can see here that N is started to share some of the profit, not M completely takes over all the profit. So now let's jump to question number 2. For division A, sells equipment to division B and sells also equipment to the external market, both. Division A produces 30,000 units and the variable cost for this £25. Division A can sell 20,000 units to in the external market at the price of 50 pounds. So far you need to understand that first of all, I would recommend you that every transfer pricing equation, I would definitely strongly recommend you to draw some boxes and some arrows and some like this. So I would strongly recommend you, especially when it comes to transfer pricing. Could be a longer question, and it's great to have some boxes, some charts, which you can see, you can really understand what's going on from division A to division B, and the figures also. So far we need to understand that division A, there is a 30,000 units available. They transfer or they sell externally 20,000 units at 50 pound each. Okay, that's fine. So what's left for them is the 10,000 units. So the variable cost is 25 pound per unit. For division B, they need 40,000 units, but there is an independent supplier can sell to B at 30 pound per unit, and division B sells to the external market at 50 pound. Variable cost for B are 10 pound. So far, as you see, from B they needed 40,000 units, but they can buy it from the supplier at 30 pound each, right? So what is the transfer price A should really charge B? So what do you think? So now think about it, right? So for A, if we talk about A, so think about it, they have 30,000 units right now. True? True. They're able and capable to sell 20,000 units to the external market, which is absolutely fine. How about the remaining 10,000 units? There is how can I say, there is no external market for them. So what they need to do with it? So either they sell it to division B, or what, or it's going to be left in the warehouse. So the opportunity cost is nil. The opportunity cost is nil, is zero, isn't it? So there is no opportunity cost because the 10,000 units left in the warehouse. So what they need to do, they need definitely rid of them and transfer them to B, and the minimum transfer price should be a 25 pound, which they can cover what their variable cost. That's it. But there is no opportunity cost. So how much they charge? They charge as a 25 pound to B, no more, because there is no opportunity cost, because these units will be left in the warehouse. For division B, very simple plan. They can get the 10,000 units from division A at 25 pound each, and the remaining 30,000 units they can buy it from where? From the supplier at 30 pound each. This is the best plan for what? For division B. And this is basically the statement, the profit statement for the both divisions. So as you see, when it comes to division A, so we've got they sold 40,000 units, and where is it? Yeah, no, sorry, not 40. This is 40,000 for B, isn't it? Is it for B? Yeah, for B, 40,000 units at 50 pound each. Yeah, so that's 40,000 units at 50 pound each. This is 2 million to B, not A. So A, they have 20,000 units at 50 pound. This is to the externally, and 10,000 units, 25. This is internally. Okay, total this, and they have their own cost, of course. The total units times variable cost, 25 pound. So for B, it's the same absolutely. So for their own cost, 400,000, of course, which is the 40,000 pound, which is blah, 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 yeah, 40,000 units times their own variable cost, which is 10 pound. They make the finished product and they sell it to the external market. And also they have cost of the 30,000, which is the buy it from the independent supplier at £30 each, and they got also the 10,000 units. They buy it from the division A internally at £25 each. So the same £250,000 is the same one as this. Yeah, that's all, right? So again, as you see, from A to B, the company overall 950,000, and A can access 500,000, while B can access 450,000 pounds. Let's jump to question number 3. So question number 3, we've got two divisions, A and B. So they manufacture a product called what's called AB, yeah, called AB, and they sell them externally, division B. So right, okay, these all the details, guys. A, the selling division, £75. Transfer price to B, £60. Yeah, that's transfer price. We have the cost. We have material, £5 per unit. Labor cost, £15 per unit. That's fine, no problem. Fixed cost, 5 million. Maximum annual production and sales, 200,000, and the transfer to B, 100,000. Very simple. Yeah. So this means if we were gonna do the statement, the profit, very simple straight away. Sales, as you see, they have to 200,000 units, but 100,000 units transferred to B at what? At £60 each. So that's 100,000 times 60, and the remaining 100,000 should be at £75, which is to the external market, as you see here. Yeah. Very simple, very simple. So their own cost, as you see, we've got here material and labor, £5 and £15. Of course, these you need to multiply by what? By 200,000 units, the total units. Yeah. Same with this. And of course, you need to add the fixed cost, which is 5 million. So this is fixed cost. You need to add it 5 million here. So that's all, guys. So if you do the math, you should be able to find the 4,000 or 4,500,000, the profit for A. So you're gonna do the same stuff for B according to the figures available here. So we have £350 selling to B to the external markets. So B, they've got all the materials, everything, and they finish the product, and then they sell it externally at £350. So we've got for their own material 150, labor £30, fixed cost 6 million, and the annual production and sales of AB 100,000. So that's 100,000, which they can completely they buy them completely from division A, which is 100,000. Yeah. Again, if you do the math, so you should be able to find that the profit for B is 5 million. 5 million. So overall 9 million and 500,000. Cool. That's great. Excellent. Excellent. Now for this is a question number 3. Now question number 4. It tells you that the company has two divisions, B and C. Division B transfers all the output to C, everything. So what does that mean? This means that no external market. Yeah. The variable cost of B, £8, and we've got additional variable costs for C, £5. And C then, after they make it finished product, then they can transfer it or actually sell it to the external market at £20 each. What is the minimum and maximum transfer price? So now, guys, what are we talking about? We're talking about now at what do we call it? Negotiated transfer price. So we need to find what is the minimum and the maximum transfer price. The price which that the buying division and also the selling division do not make a loss. Do not make a loss. So this is the formula which you need to follow, which is the variable cost in the transferring division. How much the variable cost in the transferring division? Transferring division is the selling division. B, which is £8. Yeah, it's £8. Then net marginal revenue in the receiving division. So what is the net marginal revenue? Net marginal revenue equal selling price minus variable cost, which is contribution, isn't contribution? So the selling price for C, £20, minus what? Minus the variable cost for C, which is £5. True? True. So 20 minus 5 equal 15. So this means the minimum would be 8 and the maximum would be 15. Okay guys, would be 15. So now negotiated transfer price. Now they sit together and they agree on any price between 8 and 15. Okay. Now the last question, we'll look at the transfer pricing here to calculate the impact on the annual profit of each of the two divisions and for the company as a whole if the equipment must be purchased internally at £150. So this is the point here, guys. Okay, again, very simple, straight forward question. So when you look here, you can see that company has two divisions, A and B, as you see, guys, here. A sells equipment to B, so A is the what? Is the selling division. B buys 45,000 units from A at £100 each. Oops. Okay, so what does that mean? This means A charge B £100 each for 45,000 units. The manager of division B has just been informed that due to rise in there's increase in cost, the transfer pricing must increase to 150. Oops, right, okay. So due to the increase in I don't know, something going on, so from £100, so it's going to be £150. Okay, the manager of B is not happy, I guess, yeah, is not happy, and he's saying, or she's saying that what? That there is another supplier and has found one can sell at £120. Okay, so of course division B, it's unfair for division B to pay £150 for each unit, while they can access from independent supplier at £120. It's unfair, really. Anyway, so the variable cost incurred by division A at £50. So the variable cost for A, £50 each, and the manager of B has been told that he has to buy the equipment internally. So as you see, he has no choice, or she has no choice. They have to policy, maybe the company policy, has to be internally. So the internally has to be the £150, which is the charge. In this case, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna see the impact on the profit between the two figures here, which is, as you see, is very simple. Just you need to plug numbers, really. So this is if purchased externally. So for division B, so they've got, as we mentioned, we've got 45,000 units here. And these 45,000 units, they could buy them internally at £120 per unit. So if you do this, so this is how much they're gonna pay. So £5,400,000. Okay. If produced internally, right? So of course, there is no. So the company will really will be charged £5,400,000. So as you see, nothing for A at all, right? Because because they didn't sell any. If internally, indeed A will make what? Will make 6,750,000. Why? Because as you see, 45,000 times £150. Of course, this 6,750,000, which is this is the same as internal cost for B. Internal cost for B, of course. So of course, also A has its own variable cost, which is 45,000 units times £50 here. This is for A. And as you see, the profit would be 4,500,000. Compare the loss will be here 6,750,000. So basically, based on this, if you take the difference, that's 4,500,000, and the difference between 6,750,000 and the 5,400,000 is 1,350,000. So what you can see that, of course, if you combine them together, so that the company will make £3,150,000. And as you see from this, of course, internally should be profitable to the company as a whole. Right, yeah, I agree with you that Division A will benefit more, Division B will not benefit. I agree 100%. But if you look at the company, to maximize the company profit, of course, we need to go to the transfer price to be internally. And that's all, guys. So the remaining questions is all theory questions, and we explained in the lecture. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. God bless. Bye.